This video is brought to you with Squarespace. From online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is your one-stop shop to building a beautiful online presence and running your business.
Hello and welcome back to TGTV. More specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mercedes-Benz HQ. We are post-lockdown and we are doing the first car launch I've done since the pandemic, and I think the first kind of launch and press drive Mercedes have done since the pandemic as well. It's all changed, it's all a bit of a different process, but I'm here at HQ anyway to see the brand new GLA45S. Now, to all intents and purposes, this is the A45S platform with a slightly raised ride height and a slightly different demographic. It's an exciting car. The last GLA looks super cool and I'm excited to get onto this. So, the car is over there, parked up in the car lot here. There's mugs literally everywhere. Unsurprisingly, from Mercedes factory and HQ. In the car park then, we've got some absolute mayhem. From the more kind of pedestrian exciting stuff to things like this. This is absolutely ridiculous. What is this? We've got a Maybach here, about 200 grand's worth of limousine. These wheels are the most cash thing I've ever seen. That is absolute wealth. I've never actually seen one of these before, but more importantly than that, we've got my car behind it. We've got I say my, it's mine for the day, my GLA45S, sat here in silver. And we've got the key to it here. So I think it's about time we jump in and I'll go through some of the stats and we'll go through exactly what this new car brings to the table and whether or not you should buy one of these over the A45S. I must say, the new look on this thing is really, really good. It's a lot more aggressive. It's got the Pan America grille on it. It's got the same wheels now that you get on the C63 and C63S. Overall, it's just got a much more imposing stance on it. I think it looks a lot better than the previous generation. We'll get it unlocked there. So before we get going then, many of you are going to be asking, why on earth is it on German plates? That is because, as I've touched on before, and you'll all be aware of, we've been in the midst of a pandemic. So UK cars aren't available for whatever reason yet. So we're going to be driving on the other side. We're going to be driving a left-hand drive on UK roads. It's a little bit of a novel experience here, but that's why it's on German plates. And being a German car brand, I think it's a little bit more authentic anyway. So let's jump in the car. We'll get going. We'll fire up, have a little listen, and then we'll crack on. Fire up. You'll notice it doesn't have the big aerofoil wing. That may well be an option coming soon, and there is also a plus package, which this one is not. Right, let's fire up. Quite a purposeful little growl there, nothing too dramatic. Probably don't want too dramatic, to be honest with you. Have you got an exhaust button there, boy?
Yeah.
Have you got an exhaust button? Get her in there. Sport Plus is on, valves are now open. That's a bit more like it. And we've obviously got tailpipes on both sides there. Right, waffle over. It's time to go for a spin. Opening her up here. Hello.
Hello.
Hiya.
How's it going?
You alright?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Just chilling.
Good stuff.
Yeah, thanks.
Mahmood's going to be joining. I live with Mahmood, so it's fine. I live in Mahmood's wardrobe, so it's absolutely fine.
Lucky him.
Right, hopping in then. What have we got in here? We've got all the stuff that's actually familiar on my AMG GT. So you've got this little thing here which denotes the ride. You've got individual, comfort, sport, sport plus and race, which is hell, and that also changes obviously the ride stiffness, the exhaust note, the throttle responsiveness, the amount of power you get, the amount of traction you get, and all the rest of it. And then you've got this little quick set button here. So you can change actually what it does on here. So that's traction off, that's the exhaust button, that's on, off, even the other way around. Manual, automatic, all these little modes, and that is a tiny little screen in there. That's what my AMG GT's got, and this is exactly the same wheel as you find on my AMG GT, which is a 120 grand car. Really nice premium effect in here. You've also got these huge screens up here that do pretty much everything you'd ever want them to. If you want any more tech knowledge on what all these screens do, then I'm sure there is a channel out there for you on that. But let's just say, it's actually a very impressive little setup here. You've got cool little LEDs absolutely everywhere, and you can change the color of these to pretty much whatever you want. You've got lovely aluminium finishing here, cold to the touch, lovely stuff. And down here then, we've got the Burmester Hi-Fi thing. Is that Burmester? I don't actually know. Yeah, Burmester Hi-Fi there as well. One thing to note, as I said before, you can get the AMG Plus package, or Plus, I don't know what it's called, and that will give you a panoramic roof and some other bits and bobs. Do play around on the configurator and speak to your dealer, but this is a relatively low spec car, and it still is absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, waffle aside then, just give it a couple of revs. Are we in gear, boy? Are we in gear? No, we're not.
You're probably, yeah.
Does sound a little bit purposeful from its very, very powerful 400 brake plus 2-litre engine. One thing that is a little bit different, just before I get going, I've noticed that the drive thing is actually on a stalk here on the steering wheel. Ordinarily it's down here on the AMG GT that I've got. It's actually down here, but it's actually on a plastic stalk up here. Not 100% on that, so let's just put that in drive. There we go, handbrake off. Not 1,000,000% on that, I must say, and it does feel, it's kind of like plastic, but we can get over that. We can get over that. That's not a biggie. That's not a biggie. All right, off we go then. Out the gates of Mercedes. Lovely stuff. We'll start off in comfort. Let's just see how this behaves in, you know, normal day-to-day kind of like mum setting. Going to the shops, taking the dog around, shifting nice and early. Little bit of road noise, not too bad. Ride comfort's okay. Would you say you were comfortable there?
Yeah.
Would you say this is comfort?
Very comfy actually. Thanks.
Because previous complaints of the A45 and GLA that have been a little bit harsh, possibly, or some people moaned about that. It's not the sort of thing I actually moan about. It can be quite crashy. This is feeling quite comfy actually. It actually feels like just a normal car, and you wouldn't know that it's kind of 400 and, oh my god, we're about to be killed. 400 and something brake behind the wheel. Nice.
Smooth and even
Very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would not know you are in the most powerful 2-litre petrol engine Mercedes has ever produced.
Wow.
You just wouldn't know, would you, Mahmood?
I know now, thanks to you.
Ah, very nice. And considering the tyres are so low profile, I mean, I've absolutely no idea where I'm going. Bedford, Newport Pagnell.
Yeah.
Newport Pagnell. Do they make Aston Martins there?
Yes.
Let's go and troll there. Right, so this is comfort then. Let's go up to Sport. Drops a gear, and let's go into Sport Plus. Chaos. Everything's gone red on the dash. As with most new cars, you can't expect this to sound incredible. It just doesn't happen anymore, unfortunately. Even the new GTs, all of those, they're all kind of slightly muted. Is that good? Enjoy that? Yeah. Down into first, and then we'll go around this roundabout and come back. But so far, so good. I'm very impressed. There's no squeaks, there's no rattles, there's nothing really, nothing to gripe about in here. The ride position is nice. It's actually slightly preferable, I think, a lot of the time, especially with town driving, to be slightly raised up. I think a lot of the time it's actually a lot more useful, especially if you're navigating car parks and whatnot and other traffic. It's nicer to have a kind of a better viewpoint of the road.
Yeah.
It's quick. It is quick.
It's rapid.
Let's do that up. And considering there's two of us fat oafs in here, and this is a relatively big car, it does feel very, very nippy. This is not going to be a track test. This is literally just me driving around the roads of Milton Keynes, various roundabouts.
The city of roundabouts, they call it.
It is. Considering it's raised up, the handling's good. actually really impressed.
Yeah.
I expected this to feel a bit wallowy and a bit mumsy, but how they've managed to make it feel like that's actually really clever. I'm very impressed by this, Mahmood.
Me too, actually.
I like this car. Could this be a girlfriend car? And could I even put that in the title? Maybe I can like Photoshop her into the title.
Yeah, and Crips somewhere as well.
Car testing for my girlfriend. Kick down. It's good. I mean, she would never use any of this. I mean, she needs to get a driving license before anything.
Yeah, first step.
A little bit popping out the exhaust there as well. I enjoy that. Is Lenny round here? Lenny Urban?
Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
around here somewhere.
Give me a message. Give me a message and see.
It feels very planted, to be fair. It's good, and obviously it's four-wheel drive as well, so you get lots of grip. You don't get any squirm. It's just boom, gone.
Oink, 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 oink.
Seal of approval there. Mahmood is oinking. I'm very impressed by this car. I like it a lot. Should my girlfriend ever pass her driving test, which she keeps, well, she needs to do some lessons first. I think this might be quite a good car for her and Crisp. Do you reckon Crisp would enjoy this?
Yeah, I think you would.
I think he would. There's a lot of room in the back as well, actually. That's one thing I actually should have pointed out. There's a hell of a lot of room back there.
You can easily have 3 people without squishing them.
Yeah, you could fit 3 adults in there, and those are proper seats. It's got a big old boot on it as well. You could actually use this thing as a car. You could take it into car parks with slopes. You're not going to scrape the front on it. I just think it's a very good all-rounder. I'm very impressed by this Mahmood.
Man,
Very impressive. And I don't think it's as yobby as the A45S. What the A45S gained in terms of its audience, in terms of younger people, scumbags like Archie Hamilton, I think the GLA45S will be the slightly more discerning buyer, and someone that needs a little bit more breadth of purpose, and something that flies a little bit more under the radar, but is still a cool piece of AMG kit. I think this might be the pick of the range. I'm not so sure, Mahmood. What do you think?
man, I really like it.
Are you excited by it? Let's
Yeah.
put it back into comfort.
I didn't know what to expect, but now I'm actually
Valves off.
blown away.
Comfort, suspension. You've got the metal paddles here as well that you get on all the AMG GT models as well. Really nice feeling. There's aluminium all over the steering wheel as we saw at the beginning as well. I think everything they put together in here is really nice. And dare I say it, I mean, I'm going to have to mention it in this video, they are light years ahead of BMW interior wise. This feels like 10 years ahead of the modern BMWs of this. So something like an M2 compared to this is just in another league,
Yeah,
in my opinion anyway. I know that's going to cause arguments in the comments, but I really think this is just way up there in comparison. Well done to Mercedes, to be honest with you. The only things, as I've said before, I don't like the stalks. I don't like the indicator stalk, and I don't like the drive stalk. I think they feel a little bit cheap. But even in the Bentayga, you have plastic stalks in them. I think it's just one of those things. Unless you buy a Veyron, you don't get metal stalks in cars anymore. I don't know why that is. But that's pretty much my only gripe with this so far. Pretty weak motoring journalism from me there, but hey, it's not why you're on this channel, I guess. If you wanted good motoring journalism, you go to Autocar. It's good though, it's good. I don't have any gripes with the car. I don't have any tangible, important, salient gripes with the car, other than stalks. Maybe there is maybe the road noise a little bit more than you'd normally get from, you know, a kind of a mumsy kind of hybrid type MPV car. But do you know what? Who really cares? You got the Burmester, just drown it out with some gigs, you'll be fine. We're in comfort now, so we're just poodling along, foot half flat. And up to Sport Plus. What's race? Brakes work?
Yeah.
Can you confirm that they work?
Yep, I can. Thanks.
It's a good bit of kit. It's a good bit of kit. I really can't argue with that at all. It's got everything you need in a car for family life. It's got all the performance you'd need for a fun car on the weekend. It's got the reliability and build quality of pretty much anything in its class, if not better. It's cool as well. There are not going to be many of these. The A45S typically sells in much bigger numbers than the GLA45S, so they are a relatively rare and cool car to see on the road. impressed by this. Do you reckon we could just leave the AMG GT here and take one of these out
Yeah,
instead?
that'll be nice actually. Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask them.
To do a swap.
Yes. So power and stuff then, you've got over 400 brake, 0 to 60 is less than 4 seconds I believe, and torque is quite a lot. It's 4-wheel drive as I said. So stats then, I don't want to get them wrong to the next number, so I'm going to put them on the screen. Quite impressive stats then, I'm sure you will agree with. Those numbers are literally where supercars were, like even 10 years ago. And to get that in something that you can lug the family around in, that works, unlike supercars from 10 years ago, it's pretty incredible if you ask me. How Mercedes have managed to get over 400 brake horsepower out of a 2-litre engine, I will actually never know. That's actually ridiculous.
Mind-blowing, mate.
It is mind-blowing, Mahmood, you're not wrong. Come out here.
I'm sorry.
Powering out. Lots
I'm
of
sorry,
great, lovely
but I
stuff.
can't help you with it right now.
When it's alive.
Obviously, it's got voice controls, as you just heard. It started talking to me about, I don't actually know what that was. But yeah, if you do get a chance, come and try one of these out. A, try out the way it drives, and B, fiddle around with the tech, because there is so much to go through in this car. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not kind of a tech bore. I'm sure there are channels that will go through every single feature, but literally, you can spend all day in here just fiddling around with all the settings, all the technology. It's like a spaceship. It's frankly a fantastic Mahmood.
And yeah, I love it.
Right, I think that's that. I am technically working today, so I'm going to go back and jump on a conference call. Hopefully you enjoyed that relatively brief overview of the new GLA45S. It's a UK first drive, and it is indeed a German car, as I touched on why prior. Are we going the right way? Where have we gone?
I think we're lost now, lad.
Oh.
You're
Have you
having so
been paying
much fun.
attention?
We didn't pay attention, but
Where are we? Any other business before I go?
no. It's got 2 cup holders.
2.
Yeah, I know.
2 McFlurries.
Yeah.
Perfect. Actually, no, not McFlurries, Mahmood. They're not vegan.
Oh no, so only one then for me. So.
That was a launch, was it? No, I did. I put it in race.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
nice then.
I put my foot on the brake,
Yes.
and then I built the revs up. I thought that was launch.
I don't know, lad.
That's still pretty quick.
That was quick even without launch. Just like,
Even with the granny start.
yeah.
Anyway, it's probably best I don't find launch control on public roads. So, I think that's it then. Any other business? Any other words? Final bit of anything? Should they go and buy some merchandise
Yeah.
from my new merchandise stores?
Yeah, I was gonna say I love the one with Chris. That's my favourite one.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
my favourite one as well, because he's my dog. I like it.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. He's a very good boy, Mahmood. Where do we go from here? Is it down here?
I'll keep going around and I'll find them until I
Okay,
find them.
perfect.
Yeah.
Oi then, as I said at the beginning of the video, this video is brought to you with Squarespace, and if you don't know about Squarespace by now, it is essentially your destination to launch your passion project or create a beautiful online presence. Effectively, you're able to build super effective, super good looking websites. Now there's a number of tools you can easily implement into your website thanks to Squarespace and their website builder. I'm going to go through a few of these, but they're really, really important, not only if you want to just create a really sick website for yourself, but also if you want to launch an online business. Online business is my kind of thing, passion of mine, and it's where I really kind of enjoy the nitty gritty of this sort of thing. So the first one of those being, you can actually backlog content. So if you've got a website that you want to build, but you've got limited hours in the day, and you find yourself with a free afternoon, you can backload a load of content onto there, and you'll actually be able to schedule that, and it'll time release and go out maybe once a week, whatever it is that suits you. So that works well if you've got a blog or all the rest of it. The other thing as well, it links into your social media. If you're like me, you're on social media constantly, Squarespace has actually got a built-in tool that enables you to feed your social media through into the website and seamlessly build it all in together. Another really great side of it is the analytics side of things. It's really, really important when you're running an online business to assess the analytics. You go into bounce rate, you go into conversions, you go into what pages are getting the most results, what are getting the most hits, what's popular, what works, what doesn't. You really need to drill into that if you are running an e-commerce site. So that's all laid out really, really easily with kind of a dashboard there on Squarespace as well. Another super powerful tool to build value with your online business is a subscription model as well. So you can build in monthly payments, much like Crep Chief Notify, a business of mine. You can build in monthly payments onto your website as well with ease, and that is a really great way of adding value to your business. Should you come to sell it, a subscription model is the perfect way to do that. Another really valuable tool that I use all the time, and these are all things I actually use personally, is the email tool. You can send out really nice looking, powerful, effective marketing emails or just updates to those that are subscribed to your site. But that is also a really valuable thing, and every company pretty much uses email marketing. That is something you can add in really easily with Squarespace as well. So then, exclusively for you lot, you get a free trial right now if you hit the link below, and when you're ready to launch, you get 10% off your first order. That free trial is limited, so make sure you hit that specific link, otherwise you will not get a free trial and you will not get the discount. So the link is below, it's in the pinned comment and also in the description. If you're even vaguely curious, do go and check it out. As I say, the trial's free, so you're not spending any money. Go and have a little look at it, and good luck. As always, I want to see your online businesses, I want to see your passion projects, so do tag me in them when you get going on it. For now though, we're going to get back to the video and we're going to sign out. Right then, from around about Milton Keynes, do wish us luck finding our way back.
Yeah,
thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe, blah blah blah, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!